Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome by another webinar from Efficy CRM. Well, just first question, of course, are we? Can you hear us and can you see our screen? That's quite important. And once we've tackled that, we start right away.
Yep.
So maybe you can leave a small comment in the chat to confirm you can hear us, and then see the screen, and then
yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah,
we'll be taking off.
Perfect.
All right, great. Okay. So hello again. Good morning at our webinar. It's about some features and functionalities, and we give you some exciting tips about that. And of course, we don't do that without an expert, and today's expert is
de twee externe magazijnen, eentje voor
Fabrice. And Fabrice, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for the invitation. That's as usual a pleasure to interact with you within this websem. And let's go.
Yes. Before we start, may I ask everyone to unmute themselves? If you have questions later on, you can mute yourself, and then later on you can unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we get a little.
If you want.
Yes. All right. Let's get started today. It's going to be a very nice and short website with websem with some nice tips you might already know, but you might not use it as much as you could use. So and some things might be new as well. So we're going to have a look at the tree view, the Efficy Drive, how to send documents, and how to link a Zoom file, which is in these times quite often that you want to do. And we close up with some commercial tips that we've given in an expert session that has taken place in French. So before we go and before we start, let's see some things that are always helpful, and that's the online help that we have for you. Probably know it, we have already shown it a couple of times, but it's always good to show you again. The help center, reachable out of your Efficy CRM directly from the drop-down menu, and you go to the online help, and there you find, well, of course, the help desk, user guide, overflow, which is a more interactive platform where you can ask questions and other users will try to help you solve your issues. And of course, we have also our training courses that we have highlighted during our webinar about the extranet. Here you can find it in your extranet. You can sign up for it very easily, and you can follow all the trainings that you would like. That being said, let's start with the first feature that we want to show you today. It's the tree view, and it's not literally, of course, that tree, but it's a tree view within your Efficy CRM, and you can pretty much see it like your folders, your Finder on the MacBook, or your Files folder on your Windows. And why did we implement it? It gives you a way to view different kind of entities in a more structured way. For instance, if you have a mother company and you have little subsidiaries, you can easily see which belong to which and in what relation.
Yeah.
Same with the products, also with marketing campaigns. That's what I use a lot, is that we have a big campaign, but of course you have a follow-up campaign, you have a questionnaire, and for that you need to have different campaigns, but it's the same project. That given, the projects are also used a lot in the tree view. I think, Fabrice, maybe it's better to show because this is kind of theoretical. Maybe I should give the floor to you, and you can show the tree view.
I'm sharing my screen. Yep. Okay, so Arno, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Great, perfect. So what I will first do is show you the first and basic usage of the tree view. Generally, users are discovering the tree view with the company entity. So generally, when people are looking for a company, they are taking a company, and you could activate the tree view simply by clicking on this button. And so there is a sidebar which is coming, and you have the ability to see in details what are the companies that are just linked to another one. In this case, Le Forum is the main company, and you have different subsidiaries that are related to this company. If you want to add a new link to another company, I will here add simply link to the Efficy company, which is already declared within the database. Then we'll simply click on the 3 points, link child record. So a child is just a daughter company, so a company which is linked to the first one, to the main company, and I will qualify, in fact, the link. So the first element is searching for a company. So we'll take, let's say this one, Fédération Handicap International, which is a customer of us, and I'm now defining what are the relations in between Le Forum and Fédération Handicap International, and what's the relation between Fédération Handicap International and Le Forum. So it's in both ways. So let's imagine that Le Forum is the head office, and that Fédération Handicap International is, for example, in that case, let's say a subsidiary. Yeah, I'm saving it. And in fact, now if you are looking into the different relations that are existing in between Le Forum and other companies, you will see that Fédération Handicap International is actually related, and it's qualified as subsidiary. If you look within the tree view nav, you have the ability to refresh and have the global structure. If this company is also related to subsidiaries or other companies, you will have the ability to navigate within the different levels of the tree view. That's the first and the basic usage of the tree view. But as Arno mentioned it before, you have the ability to activate tree views from other entities. One other entity which is massively used with the tree view is products and services. In fact, we are using it generally for companies that want to organize their product and services into groups, for example. So as you can see within our prop database, we have the first level is the product root, so the top of the tree. Then we have a subfolder which is called software. Then within software we have Efficy licenses. Within Efficy licenses we have Efficy Cloud group, and this group of product and services is containing a lot of different services or products related to it. So each one of this element is a single product with its own price, its own name, references, etc. So you can simply create your tree like that and link product and subproduct together. That's one usage. Another usage is also often used for specific customers that are selling products that are containing, for example, optional element, or maybe selling products that are composed from other products. So you can say, okay, I want to take this major product, and when I link it to an opportunity, I want that Efficy is just copying not only the product, but also subparts of the product, or maybe all the options, or some options related to the main product, so that it will automatically fit in the opportunity and the offer that could be created from the opportunity level. So that's another usage. Let's jump into, let's say, a last usage, profiles. So if I'm taking, for example, one profile, this one, I'm just waiting. Okay, so I will use one profile containing contacts and companies. And if I want to link this profile to other profile, same principle, I'm simply clicking, okay, I want to link to children. I will say, okay, I will take this sub profile. And so now you can create major profile containing different sub profiles, and you can really create how many level within the tree view as you want. So you can also link subchild. Let's imagine this one. Okay, so you can create groups containing people, but also containing companies as profiles or interest center within the database.
Yes.
So that's it for this first part.
Very, very, very handy. And as always, think this well through, and just don't start creating folders like you maybe do on your hard drive, but think this really through in the structure and the processes of your company. A question from Koen. Koen asked, is it possible to view all the contacts? So also all the contacts that are in the subsidiaries.
All the contacts that are present within the subsidiaries, but maybe on the main company level, that's it. So if you are taking the main company, you want to see all the contacts that are related to all the subsidiaries. That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question indeed, and the same for products and for example profiles. So I have a main profile, but I have sub profiles, let's say. Can I see all the contacts in the main profile that are actually in the sub profiles?
By default, the system is not working like that, but if you're asking that to your project team, they will be, really, there is no problem at all to do that. We are doing that for a lot of customers. And so it's just a matter of a script that should be placed within the tree view of each entity you want to interact like that. But it's not so complex, really. So yeah, you can activate that, but we have to do a little bit of let's say customization of the navigation view.
Okay, I suppose that's for all entities, so also for actions and
actions is not by default having this tree view nav. As you can see, an action is basically not.
No, but I mean, for example, all the actions that are related to sub profiles, can I view them all in the above profile, in the main profile?
Yes, we could activate that, but it's really
it's also via script then. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
Good question, Koen. I think other people had that question as well.
Stop the share on my screen so that you can.
Yes, we go to the next one, and that's the Efficy Drive. And the Efficy Drive basically is, well, as everybody is familiar with a Dropbox or whatsoever, you can basically see Efficy Drive as a Dropbox as well. And it's a good way to synchronize your documents between different devices. And its synchronization can be done automatically. So that's really very important to tell, that you can choose the frequency and it will be done automatically. And also with other cloud services, you can use your documents offline, which makes it easier when you're on the road or having no connection, or you don't want to use your mobile data to work with. I think
I can show it if you want.
Quickly, yeah.
Yep. So let's jump into it. So the first element to know is that if you want to activate the Efficy Drive, if you want to have an access to these options, you should first ask to your administrator, so your Efficy administrator, to give you this privilege within the Efficy Designer. So by default, it's not active for all the users, and it's quite it's quite normal. But it's a simple tip box to click just to activate this element on your profile. When it's done, you have to log out and then log in with an Efficy so that you will be able to see those options within the sidebar. So the first thing to do is going into your sidebar, right click, and then check options. When you click on options, you will see that another element is activated within your Efficy sidebar, which is called Efficy Drive. So if you click on Efficy Drive, the first things to do is to click Enable, of course, and then you can select the local folder that will be containing all the documents that should be synchronized in between Efficy and your local drive. So you can simply click on those 3 points and then select the folders you want to define in order to synchronize. You define also if you want that the synchro is automatically done, and you select your frequency. You can use the synchronize now button to force the synchronization at the moment you want to synchronize. It's quite useful if you are just leaving the office right now and that you want to be sure that the latest documents are available on your laptop, for example. You click on synchronize and it will just check for new elements to update within your local folders. You have the ability to select or unselect the fact that Efficy Drive will synchronize inactive items. So as you maybe know, you can define that documents are open or closed or active or inactive. It's quite useful if you want to keep all the history of all the documents within your database, but only want to see the active one within your, let's say, main screen within the application. And you have also the ability to ask the system to delete files that are not longer shared on the Efficy Drive, so that if you untick those documents within your Efficy, automatically the system will delete them from your local drive. So that's the first element. So select the local folder if you want to automate the synchro, and those 2 options about inactive items and also deleted items. You simply have to click on OK, and then I would show you how to select the different documents or different folders that you want Efficy to synchronize. One latest arrival in the room.
Yes.
So I will take a, let's say, a project, hide the tree view. If you want to tell Efficy, okay, this is a folder containing quite important documents that I need to have a backup, or maybe have to handle with me anytime, anywhere, either without any connection, then you can click on Edit. And if you edit a folder, you can use this icon, which is called Efficy Drive. If you click on it, this button is switching to green, letting you know that it will be part of the synchro. So by simply saying that to Efficy, the system will automatically took all the documents that are contained within this folder and just synchronize it with your local drive. So it's as easy as that. So that's for a project containing multiple documents. If you only want to synchronize some specific documents, quite easy. Let's say, okay, I want this one to be synchronized with my, no, this one, no, because it's only read-only. This one. Okay, I will take another folder. I think that all rights are placed to read-only on that project. Let's say this one. Okay, so this document is not qualified as read-only, so I have the ability to interact with it. And the option is also available on your document definition. So you can simply say, okay, I want to synchronize this one to my local drive, and Efficy will do it for you. Let's jump into the vision of the synchro, but from your local desktop. So I'm clicking on my files, and I'm going into the documents. And if I'm clicking in documents, you will discover Efficy Drive. You double click on it. The system will automatically classify all the documents depending on is it only documents, opportunities, or projects that have been synchronized. So if I'm clicking on project, then we'll have the different details. So those 3 projects are containing multiple documents. So I'm clicking on this document, no document inside this demo, but if I'm taking this one, I have a list of all the documents that have been synchronized in between Efficy and my local drive. If you want, for example, also to use this functionality in order to synchronize Efficy, so all your documents that are presented to Efficy, a local or not a local, you can also share it directly on a server. So you can say, okay, I want to point to a server, and this folder on the server, on the file server, could be related to your Dropbox, for example, so that you can open and access to documents that you want to share with the external world directly in between Efficy and a Dropbox. So it's quite simple to do. That's it for this part. So keep in mind, before having the option presented into the sidebar, you have to request that to your Efficy administrator to let you handle this functionality.
Very interesting feature that probably is not used a lot. To be honest, I don't use it, and I think it's very interesting to start using it as I see it now. And as you saw it, there's also a little nice Efficy icon, which you can easily, now you did it in the documents, but you can also do it in the root folder, that you have all your cloud locations nicely stored together, which could be very interesting.
It's quite useful.
So another feature, probably more known and probably more used, is how to send documents. I think it's been a quick refresh maybe, because it's been highlighted a couple of times. I'm gonna stop sharing again, but let's see what you have.
So let's jump into documents and check how you can share documents with your colleague, but also with the external world. So let's imagine I want to take this document and share it. So the first possibility is sharing a link with people working also with Efficy. So if you want to share that with your colleague, you simply have to click on this icon or copy the link into your clipboard. But if I'm clicking on send by mail, automatically the system will create for you a new mail containing the link, the direct link to the document. So, okay, I want to send that to Arnaud. Okay, I'm sending it, and Arnaud will receive the email with the direct link to the document. So that's one first way to do it. Another way to do it is to share the document with external parties. So if you want to share a document, a specific document with a prospect, a customer, a partner, you have the ability to do it directly from Efficy, exactly the same way as if you are using WeTransfer, for example, you have the ability to send a specific link within an email, and people are downloading directly the document from a web page. And it's exactly the same with an Efficy. So if you are faced to big documents, for example, that you cannot handle within an email. So if you try to send an email with a document of 20 megabytes, for example, and that the system is rejecting the email, then please think about this option, sending a public link. So the first element to do is defining the validity date of this link. So it will be only available for a few days or maybe a month to your external party. So I'm clicking on, let's say, till the end of the month, and I'm creating the public link. This public link is unique, and you have the ability to click on this icon and send it to your customer. If you want to customize the link, you have the ability to select the link and also edit the hyperlink and change the name of the hyperlink so that the hyperlink is just behind, but you can say, okay, if you want to download the document, click on this link and just change the name so that people don't have this kind of ugly link within the email. But okay, so you have the ability to say, okay, I want to send it to Arno, and I want to send also it to myself in that case. Okay. So I'm sending it, and it's now shared, and Arno and I have the ability to download it. So I'm showing you how to do that. I'm receiving the email. I'm the external party. I'm clicking on it, and then I will be automatically phased to one frame containing the documents that are shared for me. If I'm clicking on the document, the system will automatically download the document on my laptop here. And what is quite interesting too is that on your side, internally, you will be notified when people are clicking on the link first, so phase to the page in order to click on the documents that they want to download. But you will be also notified if people are clicking on documents within the page that are proposed to them. So if I'm clicking on my notification, a few seconds ago, I've downloaded this document, and a few seconds just before, I was also phase to the download screen. So you have two different levels, so you can easily know if people have just came to the page in order to select the documents that they want to download, and if they have selected one document to be downloaded. So that's super useful for sales guys, marketing teams, maybe also for project managers. So if you want to know if people are already reading documents, that's super smart. So don't try to call people when you know that they didn't have actually already open a document or download the document. So you will know that you can contact people when they have downloaded the document. So that's another way. Let's say okay, I want to share a document, but the regular way. So if you want to take an attachment and directly send it within your email as an attachment, you click on the options of the document or the attachment, and you simply say, okay, I want to send it by mail, and the system will automatically open, of course, a new mail containing the attachment. Okay, it's done. So you simply have to select people and send your email. So two different ways to share documents, but don't forget to use also the public link. That could be really useful if you have large documents or if you want to share one global folder of document containing multiple attachments. You can simply say, okay, I want to share that document and all the attachment in one click and with one link, and be notified when people have downloaded it.
Yep.
So that's it for my part.
Yes, it's a good point. And instead of using third parties like WeTransfer, where you go outside your own environment and don't know where your documents will end up because it's going externally, it's better to use this functionality so you're sure that it stays in your environment. And it in case of security, especially with the massive homeworking that takes place at this moment, you make sure that that you're also compliant with security and privacy regulations, because that's very important these days, especially with all those home internet connections. If you don't use a VPN, for instance, It's really helpful to do this. And you already mentioned it, Fabrice, the large files, because I hear always people, yeah, but we have large files that we need to send, so I need to use WeTransfer. You already gave away that trick. That's not needed. We have enough storage for you to do this, and we take Zoom as an example because lots of Zoom meetings are recorded and needs to be shared to those who attended, but also those who didn't attend it but need to be up to date.
True.
And also, again, Efficy CRM, Efficy Cloud can, of course, be helpful to do that. So I'm gonna give the floor again to you. The presentation is very clear, so maybe it's better to show than to read.
Super easy to do. In fact, when you are using Zoom or Teams, you have the ability to ask the system to record the meeting. And so if you want to place the record within Efficy, what I'm proposing to you is to directly link it to the meeting within your agenda, so that it's super easy for you to find it back, but also to share it with people that should normally be part of it, but maybe that they wasn't available at that time, so they could have direct access to the meeting from the agenda. So I'm taking my agenda, and let's imagine that I want to store the Zoom meeting of today on the action within the agenda. So I'm taking the Zoom meeting, and simply I'm just taking here the document link. I will create a new one. New document, call, for example, Zoom meeting 27/05/2020. This is the name of the document I want to link to my action, and then I'm simply clicking on attachment, jumping into my documents, going into a specific folder which is called Zoom. Within the Zoom folder, you have the different Zoom meetings that are actually stored on your local drive. I will take this one because I know that this is a small one, and for the demo, it's not necessary to just wait for 20 seconds in order to upload the document within the database. So don't forget to select Zoom_0, which is the generic name of a Zoom meeting stored on your local file server. Of course, you can rename it if you want, but here I'm taking the Zoom video playback. I'm selecting it, and I'm clicking on upload. And now the document is available directly from my agenda, and it's related to the actual action of today. So it's super easy. You want to share the Zoom meeting, you place it on your agenda, you select your action, you save it, and it's done. It's placed. Don't forget that within our cloud you have unlimited access to space. So you have the ability to place large file, large document, and a large document could be could have a maximum size of 4 GB per attachment. So quite large. So
that's quite something. It's a very, very long interactive meeting.
Generally speaking, if you are taking a record in Zoom for 1 hour of meeting, you generally have 75 megabytes per meeting. So it's you have
enough
some margin.
Yes. Okay. It's well, I hope these features that we showed you today are quite helpful. Maybe as we started this webinar with, maybe you already knew them but didn't use them as often as you could. Hopefully, it will move you towards using them more often and using your Efficy CRM more efficiently, and get the most out of this of your CRM. As mentioned, we had some tips and tricks about sales during these times and after this crisis. I'm not going over it because you can read it in the presentation later on. But it was in French, so this is a short recap of that expert session that has been held a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it can put you on the right way. If you have questions, of course you can always contact us. So I think if we have a look at the time, we're 10:05, so I think it's time to go to the Q&A. So if anyone has questions on the features that we showed you today, I would say shoot in the chat or unmute yourself and start with your name and ask your question. And if there are no questions, then it means that you have been very clear, Fabrice, today. As always, to be honest.
Okay.
So no, then everything clear. So take it up with your project manager or your account manager that you contacted Efficy for your script, and it will be done.
So thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. On my part, hope you the best and take care. Arnaud?
Yes.
Do you want to add something?
No. For me, the same. Fabrice, thank you very much for joining us again. It's always a pleasure to have you.
So and see you on the next webinar, probably within a month. That's it.
Yes. We're going back to the regular rhythm, which is once a month. So by the end of June, we'll be back with another webinar.
Great.
Stay tuned.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.